Just imagine sitting in a boat in the morning at 4 a.m. when it's still dark out. The water is pitch calm, and off in the distance you hear a boat trying to get to a spot before the big rush comes in. You hear little helicopters above you, but they are not helicopters. There are ducks flying around you. All of a sudden it starts getting light out, and you see a bat-like figures, but again they are ducks flying away from the noise. This is a picture I took last year before opening morning. I thought it looked pretty because the water was calm and had a pretty sky. This information I'll teach you in the future may benefit you if you enjoy hunting. I personally connect to this topic because I grew up loving to hunt. And in my future I want to work with waterfowl, so that's also why I'm doing this speech. I have looked up a bunch of research about what I want to discuss. Humans have been hunting since their early existence on this world, and is a fundamental part of our nature. Amazing Waterfowl Facts 2014 says that, quote, "Waterfowl are among the most diverse and interesting creatures on this planet," end quote. Waterfowl hunting is a sport that has history behind it. Men and women, but mostly men, have been hunting for waterfowl for centuries, as this sport has been tracked back since 2,000 years ago. There were hunters and gatherers, that would shoot at anything with bows and arrows, but soon figured out that they could not hit their targets. Bob Hyman, 1974, wrote a quote saying, quote, "When done under the rules of good sportsmanship, duck hunting is a accumulation of art, skill, and scientific endeavor. It is also an act of love, for who loves the birds more than the hunters?" End quote. Back to some history. Back then, they didn't have anything to bring the ducks in, so they would copy the duck and call it a decoy. This is what the decoy looks like. They take the feathers off the ducks, and they put the feathers on here to make it more realistic. People's passion for hunting waterfowl has never changed, but the tools and weapons used to hunt game has evolved over time. But as you can imagine today, the decoys are so realistic it's unbelievable. Did you know that there are many hunting methods? There are many methods that I know from taking hunter safety course. There's stalking, still hunting, tracking, driving, sitting up, and calling. Stalking is when you slowly creep from tree to tree, hiding behind anything possible to get closer to the animal. You usually stalk when you're in an open area where the animal is far away. In a dense forest or brush, the hunter is unable to see for more than a few yards. You walk slowly and slightly look up. That is still hunting. Tracking is where you find the animal's tracks on the ground and just follow them. Driving is more for deer hunting, when you have 3 people. Half are in the woods walking, and half are in the field. Now sitting up is usually during duck hunting in blinds. You can use a call or you don't have to. Calling is imitating the noises that the ducks or any other animal makes. Are you cold in the morning? During hunting, you have to stay warm, so make sure you bring many layers. But what one duck hunter needs are waders. Waders allow you to stand in the water, and they are also warm. And another thing that duck hunters need is camouflage, which I am wearing today. However, I would like to tell you a couple of my experiences. DOA, Decoy Company, 2014, says that, quote, "Up to this day, people still get the thrill of a hunt and the joy of good company to relive a hunting experience that has been occurring for thousands of years," end quote. This is true because I get so excited when duck hunting comes around. I barely sleep at night. One experience I had would be my first year that I did hunting. My dad took me out to a marsh in the morning. It started getting light out as you see the decoys floating in the water. Ducks started landing in the water as my dad says take them, so I focused on some of them and shot. That is my first mallard and not my last that I would shoot. Last weekend, I actually watched my 13-year-old brother shoot his first wood duck. My dad always says it's not about hunting. It's about being able to spend time with family and enjoying the outdoors. Everyone now knows that hunting has been tracked back since 2,000 years ago. I talked about the many methods there were from stalking to calling and what to wear. And my third idea was just to have fun hunting with your family. Humans have been hunting since the early existence on this world and is a fundamental part of our nature. Now imagine it's closing time and you start packing the decoys up. You end up getting 16 ducks all together. It's been a good day, and a good way to end it is having them for supper. Thank you.